On September 3, 2025, Beijing wasn't just putting on a show.
Extraordinary military display by China to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II has become a direct challenge to America's global position.
Some remarkable video to show you this morning from Beijing. China is staging the regime's largest ever military parade.
It was unveiling a blueprint for the future of conflict. Down Chang'an Avenue rolled missiles, drones, lasers, and AI-powered machines. But what set this parade apart wasn't the hardware itself. It was the message. These weapons are no longer meant to fight alone, but to work together in something called a kill web. In this video, we'll explore what China has revealed, how it connects to this system, and why it could change the global balance of power. The 2025 parade will be remembered for one headline above all. China finally completed its nuclear triad. For the first time, the JL-1 air-launched ballistic missile rolled into view, confirming that China now has a nuclear strike option not only from land and sea, but from the air as well. Paired with the DF-61 ICBM on mobile launchers and the JL-3 submarine launch missile, the message was clear. China wants the world to recognize its nuclear deterrent as equal to the United States and Russia.
The display has been packed with pomp, patriotism, and political posturing. It has also been the grandest of progress reports.
This wasn't the only shock. The hypersonic categories saw star players, including the YJ-21 anti-ship missile, the DF-17, and the DF-26D, all designed to overwhelm defenses at speeds that challenge interception. Add to that two entirely new laser-based anti-drone systems, and the picture widened from destructive firepower to directed energy weapons that can disable threats without a single explosion. These weren't prototypes hidden in hangars. They were paraded as symbols of confidence. But perhaps the most eyebrow-raising appearances were not traditional weapons at all. Robot dogs with mounted weapons, an autonomous, intelligent tank, and a massive XLUUV, an extra-large, uncrewed undersea vehicle dubbed AJX-002, rolled past spectators. They signaled that China wants to be seen as pushing the boundaries of autonomous warfare, where AI decides and machines execute. And then there was the aerial spectacle, a YY-20 tanker aircraft refueling fighters mid-air, a parade maneuver meant to show logistical reach and combat endurance. Footage of this refueling demo was broadcast worldwide, though many analysts cautioned it was more symbolic than operational proof. What made this parade stand out was not just the list of weapons, but the audience. Over 25 foreign leaders attended, including Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, both seated beside Xi Jinping. Indonesia's President Prabowo attended despite political turmoil at home. The optics were unmistakable. China was flexing its arsenal not just to domestic crowds, but to allies, adversaries, and undecided states alike. The firepower was dazzling. But here's the twist. The true story isn't the weapons themselves. It's how China intends to connect them. While missiles and tanks grab headlines, the real revolution lies in something invisible, the kill web. Unlike the old kill chain, a linear process where one sensor finds, one command decides, and one shooter fires, a kill web is a sprawling network. It links satellites, radars, drones, aircraft, warships, and even AI tanks into a mesh of instant communication. Every node can pass data, redirect an attack, or launch one, creating a battlefield brain that thinks and reacts faster than any human. China is investing heavily in this shift. Universities like Shanghai Jiaotong and private companies like iFlyTech Digital are quietly developing AI-driven decision-making systems for the PLA. In one test, Jiaotong researchers demonstrated a maritime kill web that could generate and execute an attack plan against enemy vessels in just 2.26 seconds. That speed isn't theoretical. It's the difference between intercepting a hypersonic missile or watching it strike its target. Satellites are the backbone. Constellations like Yaogan and Galfin provide high-resolution imaging, while KJ-series airborne early warning planes and over-the-horizon radars fill in blind spots. Feeding into AI processors, they create a continuous stream of targeting data that can be passed directly to launchers on land, sea, or air. The result is a system where a drone spotting a ship can instantly cue a hypersonic missile hundreds of kilometers away without waiting for human approval. China's civil-military fusion strategy ensures that this isn't just military labs at work. Civilian tech giants, AI startups, and research universities are all contributing. The PLA doesn't want just faster missiles. It wants faster decisions so fast that opponents can't keep up. This is what made the 2025 parade more than a theater. Each weapon shown wasn't just hardware. It was a puzzle piece in a broader system, one designed to act like a neural network. The robot dog? A node. The XLUV? Another node. The hypersonic missile? Yet another. And together, they form what analysts call a kill web. The implication is clear. China isn't showing off for the sake of pride. It's advertising that its future battlefield will think and act faster than any rival. If the parade demonstrated hardware and the kill web explained the architecture, then the real question becomes, what does this mean for the world? First, it changes the balance of deterrence. By unveiling the JL-1 alongside other triad weapons, China publicly positioned itself as the third full nuclear triad power, demanding recognition on the same level as Washington and Moscow. Even if not all these systems are fully deployed, the message was enough to influence global strategy discussions overnight. Second, arms sales are now in play. For years, Russia has been the go-to supplier for advanced weapons in many regions. But as analysts pointed out after the parade, China's display could help it surpass Russia in global arms exports, especially as sanctions and the war in Ukraine strain Moscow's ability to deliver. Southeast Asian nations, the Middle East, and parts of Africa were watching carefully. However, breaking into markets tied closely to the United States will remain a steep challenge. Third, the optics of global attendance can't be ignored. Seeing Putin and Kim Jong-un flanking Xi Jinping sent a strong signal of alignment. But so did the presence of leaders from countries like Indonesia, Iran, and Pakistan. It suggested China isn't just showing weapons, it's building coalitions, leveraging military spectacle as soft power to attract partners and buyers. Of course, skepticism exists. Experts noted that some systems might still be prototypes or mock-ups. A robot dog on parade doesn't necessarily mean a robot dog division in the field. But in international politics, perception is power. If the world believes China has these capabilities, then deterrence is already working, even if the real numbers are smaller. The United States and allies are not sitting still. Programs like JDC-2, Joint All-Domain Command and Control, are America's version of a kill web, aiming to connect its own forces in similar ways. AUKUS and NATO are also exploring countermeasures against hypersonics and AI-driven systems. In other words, the parade may have accelerated a global race toward integrated warfare. The global impact, then, is twofold. It reshaped how China is perceived in terms of military power, and it forced others to respond. And that is why the 2025 parade isn't fading from headlines. The 2025 parade wasn't just about steel rolling down Beijing's streets. It was about signaling a shift from individual weapons to an integrated battlefield, the kill web. China wants the world to know it can link nukes, drones, tanks, satellites, and AI into one system that fights as a single organism. Whether every piece is battle-ready today matters less than the message. The future of warfare won't be about bigger missiles, but about faster, smarter networks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.